Well, like what I've done before, I am gonna show you, however, where I started. So here I have a 1920s ladies' home journal, and I'm cutting out that image and just focusing on the text because this is what I've been using for this whole project. This is one of the text types that I've been using. And this is something that I do have available in my stores, this pages from this 1920s ladies' home journal. And so I'm getting that all cut and ready to go into this layout number 5 of the Lark journal. And really, I'm just following the same kind of process that I have in the other pages. I'm going in with the matte medium gel, laying down my collage elements, and then I'm gonna go in with the variety of paints colors. So I've been using Titan Buff, the Lucas Naples yellow, some yellow ochre, and burnt umber, and just doing some tone changes, some progression, and trying to keep it real similar. This piece here is this wonderful old handwritten page, and I went in, and it was vintage to begin with, but I did go in and do some tea staining on it before this project started and made quite a few pages of it because I knew the kind of the look that I wanted to do for this project in advance. I really love the layers that I've developed throughout this whole journal, and I've really done that by starting with this lighter color, the Titan Buff, and then coming in with the Naples yellow, which you'll see here I do next, and then coming in with the darker yellow ochre, and then finally that burnt umber for the darkest areas, kind of defining the edges. And I really like that layering process. This little piece of paper is part of a larger piece that I have. I don't have a lot of it, but it is like a photograph of wood, and it just had the color I wanted. It's a really heavy cardstock, so I just kind of trimmed it up into small pieces with the white edge showing, and used it as much sparingly on each page, but it does go from page to page. It's similar. Some of the pages have these little fabric rosettes. On this one, These are stained. They used to be ivory color and I stained them. On this one I used some pieces of the leftover fibers from the canvas, and so I use that on here, and then I'm coming back in with the piece of paper that had all the reinforcers on it that I had tea stained. And you'll see I'll be coming in here in a little bit and I'll be layering up some of those stained reinforcers onto the paper. I just really like how they catch color and really show off the texture. And this time I'm putting a little piece of lace underneath it. It'll also catch some of that color when I go in and stain them. So now for my main image, I have taken a piece of vintage paper that I went in and tea stained, and I printed a digital image that I had altered on my computer. So if you've been following this project, you know that some of them I have been hand drawing and painting into the journal, and some I've done some digital alterations. So what I did is I took an image of Linda Lewis, and I sepia toned it. Well, I think I first switched it to a black and white image, and then I used some sepia in it. And when I switched it over to black and white, I did high contrast. And so it kind of flashes out the tonal areas. And then I printed it onto this paper. And that is what I'm going to use for my Linda Lewis focal point for this layout. And now that I have all my main elements down onto the page, I am going to come in with some of that Sakura Jelly Roll pen in white and do some of my scratchy marking that I love. And I'm just coming in with some more of that Titan buff. Some of the white was just glaring to me and I just wanted to push that back a little bit. So I did come in with a little of the Titan buff. And when I'm going over it with my towel there, I'm just pulling up what wants to come up. And so it's not so purposeful, it's more random. If you've liked what you've seen, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more from me, go ahead and click on the subscribe button. Listed below in my description box is all the supplies that I've used on this piece. Links are listed to my Etsy store or an affiliate link, but I only link to products that I have used, tested, or that I prefer to use. I may receive a small compensation, but there is never any additional cost to you.